Yo, Vic Talk. I'm looking at the news lately, and man, apparently the government is after women and their abortion rights. Now, this gonna be a real quick video, maybe not, depending on how we ramble or whatever. But I believe, like, women should have their own choice to do with their bodies. We don't want the government to start stepping in and delegating on what people can do with their bodies, because as a black man, it wasn't too long enough where society and government was saying what's legal or not legal with how I do my hair. If I wanted to do my hair in dreadlocks, or even if I wanted to get my hair in twists that kind of look like dreadlocks, that was illegal. Or, well, not illegal, but that was socially unacceptable a couple years ago. So I don't want the government delegating on what people can do with their bodies or their hair or their feet or their hands. None of that. As long as you're not harming another person, that's what it should be. However, that's what I believe. Now, I want to address the people that, because the best argument, and by best I mean it's like the least weakest. The least weakest argument that I've heard about this was when people were saying, like, hey, when the fetus gets to a certain growth length, there's a heartbeat, and now that's a person. And that person growing inside of this woman is also, a person that has the right to live or have the right to use the resources and have the right to occupy that space to grow and develop for a couple months, and then they could be out on their own. I can understand that argument. However, none of those people, now this might be a reach, so bear with me. Bear with me. None of those people argue against the Third Amendment. The Third Amendment is the right to quartering troops or something like that, or the right to not have the government quartering troops. So for those that didn't like history, like myself, the Third Amendment, which was the quartering troops, that was pretty much like if your country goes to war, they cannot force military to stay at your home and occupy your space and use your resources and live off you during the times of war. So during the times of war or pregnancy, the government cannot force another invader to occupy your space, use your resources, and live off you for a couple months, and then they could be out of there sooner. So I'm gonna say this again: the government cannot force troops to occupy your space and feed off of you for 9 months till they get back out and done with their war. Is what I'm saying. So nobody's ever argued against that, but they understand. Now I know people are gonna say, "Oh, that's different," but I mean, not really. Not yes and no. Yes and no. It's not too much different, because we all know darn well if they was forcing military to stay at your homes, eating up all your food, draining your body, draining your energy, draining your resources, making you not be able to work, kind of like how pregnancy is. If that was to happen, a lot of people would be marching in the streets ready to riot. I know this to be for a fact, because I've seen y'all march and riot for a lot less. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I'm gonna end it with this. Because this is a quote that I heard a while ago, where if you are, let's say you're sick, you're on the brink of dying or whatever, you can create a DNR, do not resuscitate order. You can create certain rules and guidelines that you do not want, or even if you're an organ donor, you can opt out of that. So anyway, even as a dead person, you can have certain rules, or you could have certain wishes upon your body that you do or do not want to be happening to you, even while you're dead. For a lot of these pregnant women, these governments are taking a right, and it almost sounds like that women have less rights to their body than dead men.